Today is officially day one on the Reds homestead. We spent about 2 hours, or not 2 hours, I wish, 2 days, about 14 hours each day in blistering record heat. Heat advisory here. It's like 98 degrees, feels like 105. Those humidity is nasty. Even today, the sky's looking good, but humidity is just ugh. So I'm gonna try to get some stuff done a little earlier, and then today's plan was just supposed to be stay indoors and relax, but we've got some things that we still have to do. So first thing was what I was gonna do today is, you can see, got my rabbits. They are quite comfortable, but this is temporary solution. We weren't quite ready we were too exhausted to actually get them set up, so we just put them in the garage and let them do their thing. You can see there's just boxes everywhere that we still have to get to, but the rabbits need to go to their home today over here. And something we learned is there's lots of coyotes in the area, but I don't know how bad they are, because our neighbor over there, you can hear him. He's free-ranging chickens, but he's got some Great Pyrenees over there, so they may stop the coyotes from coming in his area. And he does have goat fencing all around, and I have zero fencing at all. So anyways, this is gonna be, their area. What I was kind of thinking, put the rabbits here, kind of have their little hutch right here for now, but I have to get an electric fencing somewhat set up. And I was kind of hoping, just starting the pole, to have the insulator somewhere in the garage, starting the pole. I think that, yeah, there's a pole right here, and just doing this little square, and maybe have my charger right here, because I have a outlet on that side of the door, and maybe doing like an electrical extension. Anyways, but I gotta set that up, and then yeah, that was gonna be the only thing for today. And then it was just relaxing, because we killed ourselves yesterday. It was tough. And I was gonna hook up the washer and dryer, and then yeah, that's day two, or not day two. That's problem two, is getting that done. And that's where Shannon's at right now. Well, something we didn't look at when we were buying is it's built in 1970s, like late 80s. Look at my dog. Get down. Get down. That stubborn dog. Anyways, so yeah, built in the 70s, and it still has some old school stuff here, including the dryer outlet. So let me just walk you through. Mind the mess. Who cares about the mess? We're moving. Hello, pups. I saw you up there. You're not supposed to be up there, are you? No. But anyways, this is my project right now. Actually, Shannon's at running to Lowe's. I sent her pictures of everything I need. That's the old school outlet. I was like, okay, we'll just hang dry them. Well, no. Faucet leaks. I was really just gonna rig something up so that I didn't have to do anything today, but I can't rig anything up there. So she's going to Lowe's, getting a new outlet, and she's going to Lowe's, getting a new faucet, so I can switch those out and we can actually wash the nasty clothes that we have. The fun thing was trying to find the breaker for this thing. So there's multiple sub panels, and what I asked for this guy was to label what he could, but not a very good job, especially when you see 20 is question mark, so it's turned off. It's like, okay, well, look at 20, it's a 20 amp. That's definitely not the dryer. I'm looking for a 60 or 230s like this one right here. 1 and 2 is spare off. It's like, okay, who knows what that means? I was trying to I flipped that one. It wasn't off originally, and I did turn it off. So main was here. See if you can see. Yeah, light's still good. Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. I mean, this is the main breaker. There you go, the 32, 33, spare off. And nothing is labeled dryer. You have, so this place has an in-law suite. So I see this is a 220 on 40 amps. It's a smaller stackable dryer. I think this is supposed to be 60, not 40. I'm not an electrician, but like this would off spare. That's only a 30 amp. No, like here, heat. So that's my furnace, but is that really the furnace? Because something else was labeled furnace. Like I have my two, like this is the two AC units. I only have one AC unit in one furnace. So maybe, I don't know. Maybe I should have done that one. That's 120 amps. But anyways, what I did is flip the main panel. Shut off everything in the house. Shut off to the outlet. Luckily, I do know a little bit about electrical that, you know, you can check outlets, make sure you don't get shocked, but that's a dryer out. That's 220 plus volts coming through there. You don't want to mess with that. So, 2 projects for today. Well, I guess 3 if you consider the dryer and washer separate. But what I want to do until she gets back, I left my sunglasses, it's not too bright. But before she gets back, I have to find insulators somewhere in here. Why does she close her garage door? She is super excited to have a garage door that opens and closes. That I think she just closes it just because she can in her car, because we didn't have that at the old place. And we had the ability, I just never installed a garage door because it was always full. Now both dogs are up there. Look at that. Get that. What? You gonna knock over? Yeah, you know better. You down. Oh, there you go. Get down. You're gonna knock over my plants. I swear, these dogs. That's another thing. Future, I gotta fence them in somehow because they're city dogs. They're not used to being able to go wherever you want. They're used to a 6-foot tall privacy fence. Hey, got my insulators. All right. So, I didn't actually use these at the old place. I just was really cheap and just screwed them in, but I don't think I still have the nails for these. Dang it. I don't have the nails for these anymore. All right, so the way these guys work, as far as I know, let's see. Well, nail goes through here, and this will line it and punch it into the wall. And it has a little, you can kind of see the little gap right there. That's where the wire would run through. It just keeps it from grounding, so that you can have a solid charge. And my wire, oh, that's another thing. Where's my wire? Man, it's got tools and crap everywhere. Oh, this is a nightmare. Ooh. Very important. Found my seed book. All my seeds are in there. I get started on a fall garden. I don't know my wires. Luckily, I do have something else somewhere in here. Where? I don't know. The old wire that I had for the rabbits. Oh, I know it. I did. I put it in there. That's right. I did put them in here when we were unloading. I tell you, the heat was just insane yesterday. We just unloaded as fast as we could. All these tools are supposed to be in my workshop, and they never made it there. They made it there once we got smart. We got to the back of the truck, and we realized everything that was in the back of the truck was for the workshop. But we didn't organize it very well when we were loading it. We should have put everything in the back of the truck that was for the workshop, because I could just drive up to the workshop. And we did that for the second half of the truck, but this stuff was in different loads, and it was mixed with house stuff, so we unloaded, right here. But anyways, I did have, there, is that them? Yes, all right. I guess you can reuse this stuff. I don't know, I'll have to untangle it. That should be I don't know if that'll be enough wire, because now I'm doing for coyotes instead of my dogs, so I'll have to do probably 3 strands of it. And then Chris, my son Chris, said he saw a snake in here. So, I mean, a snake won't eat my rabbit, but, you know, a curious snake, if it's a venomous one, will bite my rabbit and kill it. But I don't know. I don't know what to do. I think I'm just gonna get the wire set up, but I can't do the wire setup until I move the hutch. I can't move the hutch until Shannon gets back and helps me. So maybe I can at least just get the insulators set up while it's cool. And yeah, here we go. So you can kind of see what I'm doing here. I just have 2 right here, 1 on each side, so it has good tension away. I think 2 is going to be high enough to keep a dog out. I don't know. I might have to do a 3rd one a little bit higher, just to be safe, but I want to be able to step over it. So I've gotten to this part, which is going to be a conundrum I was kind of thinking about, is how am I going to make this turn when there's no post to go around? I don't want to, I mean, I can get a stake or something and put it in the ground if I knew where any were, but something I could do without having to put in a post is, I was thinking about just taking a 2x4 and taking that little junk wood off, but putting that there and then doing another one here at the bottom like that. So, or maybe I'll do it like this, just to create a gap. So I'll screw that into the post, and then I'll do another one like right here, just some scrap wood into the post, just so there's enough gap. And then I could take like a scrap piece of 2x4 and put it in front of that, so I'll have space to kind of turn in there. I don't know. See, this is going to be easy. I'm just going to do it on this 2x4 here, because that gives me pretty good clearance, even clearance coming along this wall here. Then how am I going to come out to here? So this is a power pole, and as long as I don't touch anything on that, I could just do it like a diagonal, but if not, I'd have to figure out how to do something on that post. I mean, surely, I mean, those insulators, they have up and down. It might not have to do that. I'm gonna try it. I'm just gonna do it and see if it works without having to do any extra work. I'm gonna pry off that bar, and I'm gonna see if it goes around the post easily without having to have one on each of the outer edges like I do here. So let me see. So I think that will work. Not having to do extra stuff, because I was just thinking, is like, I don't have to run a hot wire along this wall. So what I can do, fortunately, I can't put the charger over here because I can't ground it here. At least everything I read says you can't ground it near like a power pole. I'm assuming because the power pole is like majorly grounded, so that would screw it up. So what I'm gonna do is ground it over here. I just got one of those cheap old chargers. I'll set that up and I'll ground it, you know, somewhere out here. So I'm thinking I'll start at this one down here at the bottom, and then come around the corner and come around the bottom, take this turn and come around here, and then stop right here, and then go up to that one and come back down to this one right here, to that one right there, to that one right there, to that one right there, and go down, come back over and finish back at the bottom and just tie those two ones together, and or I can keep that wire going out to the ground. Or no, the ground comes from the charger. Never mind. So yeah, and I'll just tie it off on that one. Now, I looked through boxes. I was able to find the nails I needed, but I did not find the wire. So I'm gonna have to see if I have enough on these over here, which I'm 99% certain I don't, because that square I made back in the other home was much smaller than this, and it was 2 strands too. So I don't think I'm gonna have any choice but to find that wire, and I don't need to take you with me for that. It's gonna be a nightmare. It's starting to get hot. It's 12 o'clock now. But the breeze is nice. That's why I want to put the rabbits here, because the breezeway through this is just incredible. Nice and cool under there. Just in this shade right here. Even though it's not even beating down sun, but it just feels so much better. So, time to get the search on. I'll try to find that wire in somewhere in the boxes. Or maybe we put it in the workshop. Huh. I haven't looked in there yet. Gotta get the keys for that, and maybe I'll show you the workshop. So, got the keys to the workshop, and just to give you a perspective on where that thing is we have to get all those tools that are in the driveway and bring them up past this barn to the workshop. So, you know, I would love to have a 4-wheeler or a Kubota side by side, something with a trailer. I've never needed one until being here. So, one more thing to shop for. But I have all that scrap wood that you saw in the loft, or that lean-to where the rabbits are going, has to go in here. And it's just a lot of stuff left to move, but man, this might be more of a fall project or just a bunch of early mornings. And here we are. Let's see if one of these keys actually works. Or if it is even unlocked. It is locked. All right. Is this magic key? No. Is this the key? Yes. There we go. And this workshop is so incredibly cool. I don't know how it is so cool. It's like weather cool. It's like 75 degrees in here, and it's always 75 degrees. It's even at the heat of the day, it's gonna be 75 degrees. Which I think is gonna be perfect for working, because I won't have to do anything. No, not in there. See, we did bring like all the paint and stuff in there. I don't remember what light. So Shannon, another thing Shannon's getting, P-Touch labeler, so that we know what the light switches are. There's some lights. Oh, I saw lights flickering. That's enough light though. Those old fluorescent lights. Nothing in there. Oh, and this place has a bathroom. Kind of. See for yourself. Yeah. So it has plumbing. I think that's just supply though. It doesn't have anything for a toilet. But yeah, that's a... kind of wondering if anybody ever actually had a bathroom in there. Certainly it would have some kind of plumbing. Nope. Christmas decorations. Actually, let me just set this down. I don't think you want to see me rummaging through all my stuff, trying to find something. All right, so not in the workshop. Means it has to be in the garage. There's no reason it would be in the house. I finished this project today. There is no chance. Now those rabbits, I mean, they're fine in the garage. Let me... I'm not even gonna try anymore. I'm not even gonna try. I found it. I found it. It actually didn't take long. So this is what I use right here. I don't know if it's good stuff, but I mean, 17 gauge. This one's about 250 feet. So I mean, way plenty for what I'm doing here. And my charger is not that, it's not that great. It was just something on Amazon that, what does it do? 2 miles, which usually means like, what, half an acre worth if you actually want a good charge, from what I read. So I can't close this off yet, but I can go ahead and start the wiring along the outside just to see how everything goes along the turns, and then come back along here, and then I'll just stop right there until Shannon gets back and helps me move the rabbits and their feed and all their supplies. So almost done with the outdoor project. Almost. So I think that's gonna work. Got it coming from the charger right here. The bunnies are gonna be right there. Running along, the bear's along the bottom. It's hard to see both strands, but there you go. Coming through the insulator. It's not crazy tight because I don't want it to snap and break, but it's held up enough to keep, at least for now, until I fence everything off. It's gonna be great. What I would love to do is make like one of those gates. I don't have any of that stuff with me, the one with the little handles that you can just hook onto that. But when Shannon comes back, I'll roll this to there and then back down to there. I get to go rest. All right, so my wife got back, helped me move the rabbits where I want them to go. Now I've just got to finish running this last bit of wire and then get it grounded, get it plugged in, and see how it works. Oh, it's still very hot. Work our way so we can ground. Trail cam. This one here. Cut her off right here. So it ties back in. I know there's a way you like do this, do that. It supposedly breaks off. I don't know, but I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna get some cutters. So I couldn't find the cutters. Oh, who would have thought? Can't find something. I got another thing. So I got these, my old ones. We'll see if this is gonna be strong enough to cut this. Oh no, let's see here. Oh, wow, that was actually a piece of cake. So the last thing I have to do is get this guy grounded and connected. So I'll probably just put this down here and run this to the ground. Let's see if I can do that. Where's my hammer? There's my hammer. All right. So, gotta get on this side. All right. So everything's ran. Let's get this thing ground. So I'm gonna connect this to see how much wire I have to use. I don't want to have to do a whole nother thing, but I might have to. sure it doesn't touch the positive line. Ooh, did I mention it's hot? Alright. So really, I mean, if you don't know these, it's pretty important to have a decent grounding. Grounding makes sure that all the electricity is staying in the line as strong as it can and doesn't get shorted by hitting something, like vegetation or whatever you have. And it keeps it safe going down to the ground if it does. Might be good enough. I mean, that's about as long as the ones you see on poultry nets and stuff that you buy. So now it's just a matter of turning it on. I'm going to get my voltage meter because I don't have a fence tester yet, and make sure everything's clicking like it should. All right, got everything plugged up, just kind of roughly. I'll do something a little prettier when it's not so hot. But looking down, can't really see, but you got green light, meaning it's charged. Job well done. I think I'm gonna go inside and call it a day, at least until it cools off out here, which won't be till close to dark, but gotta put away the tools. Signing off. Happy bunnies.